Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Killing Honey. If it's your first time here, then welcome. I know why you clicked on this video. you want me to get to the point, huh? Okay, it's all good. I'm going to share with you guys 5 ways that you can quit smoking weed. 5 things that you can do right now so that you can stop smoking weed. Okay, put down the ganja. We're gonna put it down. And I want to just tell you that I'm proud of you for clicking on a video like this, because at the very least you are curious and you are deciding to just see, right? Just a little bit of curiosity. Drop me a comment. Let me know what made you click on this video. Is this your first video that you're watching about this, right? Or is it like number 10 or 20? If you need something more than a video and you are serious about doing the inner work that it takes to really quit the substance and really quit for good, then check out the link down below to the course. It's only 49 bucks. And so it is so worth it. I remember when I used to smoke weed, how much money I would spend every week on it, right? And so invest on yourself and in your health if you're serious, okay? But here's some tips. The first way that you can stop smoking weed is to give yourself a 30-day challenge to quit. And this is what I did like 3 years ago. A lot of times when we're stuck in a bad habit, it seems too daunting, it seems too hard to tell yourself you're just never going to do it again. That seems like way too big of a leap, too hard to do it. I can't do it. And then all these fears and all this self-doubt creeps in. What I want you to do instead is just give yourself a 30-day challenge. And today is July 1st, right? But whichever day you're watching this video, give yourself, start tomorrow, okay? Start in the AM, do whatever you need to do tonight, and give yourself 30 days. And just tell yourself it's gonna be 30 days. And at the end of that 30 days, okay, now you're free to smoke, or do you wanna continue on the path, right? And for me, that 30 days turned into 90 days and whatever else. I'll link the playlist because I've documented my journey here on this channel. So this is going to be so helpful to you. It's my first tip on how to stop smoking. Okay, the second way, right along with this, is that every single day of those 30 days, I want you to write down one positive thing that's going to happen as you stop smoking weed. So on day 1, just get a notebook, and on day 1, write number 1 or day 1. This is going to happen for me once I stop smoking weed. Like, I'm going to have more energy to go to the gym, or I'm gonna have more energy to play with my kids, or I'm gonna save money, whatever it is. Just write down one thing, right? It's not gonna be hard to do, but it's like your list of positive outcomes for you that are gonna last. Because let me tell you something, we all have all these deep feelings and all these emotions that are gonna surface, especially when you're going through something like this and you're quitting a substance. You're gonna get to face yourself and see what you have been pushing down is all gonna come to the surface for you. So our feelings are just energy and motion. We don't have to be afraid of our feelings. Just recognize that it is going to pass through you. It's temporary, it's not forever. But what is forever are those things, those reasons that you wrote down. That's not gonna change. And that's why every day of that 30-day challenge, just write down one thing that's gonna change for the better as you put it down. And I also want to tell you that, let's say you get to day 3 and then you mess up, go ahead and start all over again, because 30 days is not forever. 30 days is not that hard. If you're already wanting to change your life, you can do 30 days. One positive thing that I remember that happened when I was quitting was that I realized that I had a lot less anxiety. I remember because see, I used to reach for weed a lot to de-stress. I used to think like, oh, I feel stressed out, so let me reach for that. But what I didn't realize that the weed itself was causing so much anxiety in my life. And so then when I put it down, I had less anxiety, because weed heightens everything. Like, it heightens your awareness, but not in the best way, because you can become paranoid. You can just think all these things that are just not even happening. It's like wasting your mental power, and it's causing more chaos than peace at times, which is not what we need, because most people are reaching for weed because they want to feel peaceful, and they think that the weed is the source of peace, but it's not. You are the source of peace. We don't need the weed to get to the peace. We can get to the peace on our own. It's within you when you tap into it. We just have to discover it, right? But we have to face ourselves and all the things I talked to you guys about in the course. But okay, so I had less anxiety. That was a plus. And maybe the same thing will happen for you. So the third thing that I want you to do, how to quit smoking weed, I want you to throw it away. You cannot have it in your possession during this 30-day challenge, or even if you don't want to do the challenge and you're just taking it day by day, that's okay too. But throw it away. Flush it down the toilet or give it away, but do not have it in your possession. Don't tell yourself, okay, well, I can do this. I'm just gonna keep it in my car in the trunk, or I'm just gonna put it in the garage, or, you know, give it to my partner or whatever. No, like you gotta take yourself seriously and take it seriously, and it's going to hurt a little bit. See, for me, I flushed it down the toilet. We all know that weed costs money, so that did hurt me. Plus, you form an attachment to it, so emotionally, it's painful. You feel like, oh, there goes my money, there goes my ganja, my Mary Jane, what happened? Like, so it's going to hurt. It's going to feel painful, but that's good, because that's you proving to yourself that you're taking yourself seriously and that you are working towards a much bigger reward, which is freedom. Because let me tell you something, when you stop smoking weed, now you're really free. You do not need that substance to feel happy, to feel peaceful, to feel excited, to feel whatever it is, right? To calm down. No. We give our power to that weed, but we don't have to. So make sure you get rid of it when you're on this path, and this is how you're gonna stop smoking weed. Don't have it in your possession. Don't tempt yourself. Don't test yourself. Don't give yourself that struggle unnecessarily, knowing it's in your top drawer. Like, for what? Nah. Okay, so the fourth way that you're gonna stop smoking, like how to stop smoking weed, is ask yourself, why do you do it? It's as simple as that. And it doesn't have to be a long, complicated answer. It could just be like, to de-stress. And what I want you to do is that whatever that answer is for you, find a new way to take care of that, right? So replace weed with something else, especially through this 30-day process, whatever the case is. And so that way you don't feel like you're depriving yourself, that you're suffering through this process, that you have to go without and just be so strong. No. Why do you reach for it? Okay, because it helps me sleep better at night. Like, I've heard people say that a lot, right? So, okay, so instead of just like struggling and tossing through the night, like find something to replace that. So it might be healing music, like high frequency music, 5 to 8 hertz music. That might help you rest and de-stress more, to rest better. Or create a night routine. You used to smoke a blunt on your patio, but now turn off all the electronics. I mean the internet too, like unplug it out the wall, like I do every single day, and create a night routine for yourself. Self-care, like take a bath, take a shower, and be intentional with it. Take your time, right? You're not worried about text messages. You're not worried about Instagram. You're not worried about if your boss texted you or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case is. All right, partner, kids, and honey, handle the kids, because you need a night routine, because you need to be able to rest, okay? So when we talk about something like stress, because people reach for weed for stress, a lot of times what you need is rest, okay? You gotta rest. So to help you sleep more, to be able to rest, learn about what your body might need, and then start doing that. Replace weed with something else. So reach for instead like lavender tea. I remember doing that a lot because it was the same, a little bit of the same vibe, because, you know, tea is herbs, right? And so it was that kind of familiar feeling, soothing feeling of lavender tea with honey, or a vaporize, what's that called? When you put the essential oils and you're using the water, it's like shooting out water and the essential oils. The diffuser. Yeah, not a vaporizer. No. Diffuser. Have one of those in your room, okay? Set your environment to get a good night's sleep. So nighttime routine, I mean like a bath, electronics off, maybe meditating or journaling out your frustrations or your wins for the day, however you're feeling, spending time with yourself, drinking some tea to help you rest better. So what is your reason? Why do you reach for it? And replace that with something else. Okay, and the last tip that I have for you guys, 5 ways to stop smoking weed, 5 things to do to quit smoking weed. Number 5 is to ask yourself and be honest with yourself, what do you fear? Like if you stop smoking weed, what are you most afraid of? What is the worst thing that can happen? What do you think is gonna go wrong? Why don't you wanna stop, right? Why don't you wanna stop? What are you afraid of? And you might be like, I'm not afraid of anything, I just like it. Okay, no, that's not what I mean. I mean like, be honest with yourself. And I've heard people talk about like anger, right? So you might think to yourself, you might say, okay, why do I, like, what am I afraid is gonna happen if I stop smoking weed? You might think, well, I might be really angry because I use weed to calm down, right? And so what you can do is address the anger. Instead of reaching for weed, address the root issue, which is anger. And so instead of getting angry, you can talk it out. You can get to the source of why you're angry, what needs to change, right? So it's addressing and healing the root issue versus just covering it up with weed, which is temporary, which then keeps you in that loop. Okay, so what do you fear is gonna happen? What's gonna go wrong if you put the weed down? What are you afraid is gonna happen? You might be like, well, I'm gonna get overwhelmed. Like, there's so much going on in my life. Like, I need it because otherwise I'm gonna feel overwhelmed with my life. So instead of reaching for that, address how you can change your life for the better. What is overwhelming you? Why do you feel overwhelmed? Well, I have so much to do with the kids and my husband doesn't help you. Okay, well then that's what you have to address. Or my job stresses me out. I hate going there every single day. Okay, well that's where you need to make a change. Maybe find a new place to work or a new way to earn money. Or, you know, these people over here, they make me feel like this. Okay, maybe it's time to look at that circle of friends or reevaluate some things in your life. So it's not the overwhelm that makes you reach for weed. What we need to change is what is causing you to feel overwhelmed, okay? And so another popular thing is like, I'm afraid to feel my feelings. Like, oh, what's gonna happen if I stop smoking weed? I'm gonna feel all these crazy feelings and I don't wanna deal with that. I'd rather smoke weed and forget about it, go to my happy place. And that's how I lived my life for years, which is why if you watch this channel regularly, I'm always emphasizing to feel your feelings. You don't have to detach from them. You don't have to be perfect. You can be a mess, you can cry, you can get angry, you can feel however you feel because your feelings are a signal of what is happening within you. Your feelings are trying to tell you something. They're trying to reveal to you what is going on and how you really feel, whether it's good or bad, and that's okay. And so instead of being like, oh, I gotta reach for the weed so I don't feel how I actually feel, just let yourself. I want to remind us that like feelings and emotions, it's energy in motion. You can feel one way today and feel a whole different way the next day. It's energy that is passing through you. It wants to be released. And the only way it's gonna be released is if you feel it, if you recognize it, and you let it pass through you. If you try to not feel your feelings or ignore your feelings or suppress them, or just use your mental power and logic and detach from your feminine energy, your feelings, then you're gonna be in trouble because it's gonna stay stuck in you and it can pile. Think about me smoking for 10 years. How much stuff was piled within my emotional body that just wanted to be realized and felt and validated so that I could release it. So feel your feelings. We're talking about real healing on this channel, you guys. Okay, so drop me a comment if this video helped you in any way. These are 5 things you can do to stop smoking weed. I'm sending you so much love and a lot of power and healing into your life. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.